Now, Chevrolet's iconic Bel Air is back, but can it really compete with modern sedans? The classic 1950s beauty is getting a 2025 makeover, and you won't believe the tech it's packing. From a fuel-sipping 28 mpg City to a 335 horsepower V6 option, this isn't your grandpa's Bel Air. But at $30,000 to start, is it the affordable dream car we've been waiting for? Old school cool meets new school tech. Let's talk about the idea of power. Chevy has no plans to mess around with this revival. They're giving you two engine choices that will make you forget about the old V8s that used a lot of gas. The first is a 2.0 litre 4-cylinder engine that makes 250 horsepower. That's more than enough to get your heart rate up. The 3.6 litre V6 engine, on the other hand, makes an impressive 335 horsepower for people who really want to fly. It looks like that package was taken from American Graffiti, but it has a lot of muscle. Now, the most important thing to remember is that this isn't just about raw power. When it comes to gas mileage, Chevy has done an amazing job. The 4-cylinder model gets 28 miles per gallon in the city and 34 miles per gallon on the highway. Yes, a car that looks old-fashioned, but uses about the same amount of gas as a modern compact. To have your cake and eat it too is like this. Now let's talk about how things look now. Chevy's designers had a tough job ahead of them, how to make a car that is both new and old at the same time. In fact, they were successful. The 2025 Bel Air has all the retro style features you love, but it also has a modern twist. The front has LED headlights that go all the way around it, and the lines are smooth and cut through the air. It's like the 1950s got a high-tech makeover. This is different from the model from the 1950s, without a doubt. It looked nice, but it wasn't very good at preventing wind flow. Is this the brand new Bel Air? It's as smooth as a hot knife through butter as it cuts through the air. This means better performance and better fuel efficiency. You don't have to worry about finding the next gas station for miles. The truth is that Chevy didn't just stop improving its looks and performance. The way that modern technology has been added to this vehicle would have made the people who designed it crazy. We're talking about features that deal with one of the biggest problems that comes with bringing classic cars back to life: old technology. You'll get all the modern features you'd expect in a 2025 car, but they'll be designed in a way that makes you feel like you live in a more stylish and sophisticated time. Chevy must have found a way to build a time machine because they brought back the 1950s to us instead of going back in time. But before we move forward, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Comfort, safety and tech, the new Bel Air experience. Chevrolet has done everything possible to make sure that the 2025 Bel Air isn't just a throwback. They put so much modern technology into this beauty that it would make a Silicon Valley startup jealous. To start, we should make sure there are enough seats for 5 people. The comfort of these seats is top priority, making long road trips easy. But what really steals the show? The entertainment system with a 10.2-inch touchscreen. It's kind of like having a tablet built into the dashboard of your car. Additionally, this device is compatible with both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which isn't just for looks. Throw away your phone and don't touch it while driving. All the important information is on the big, nice-looking screen. Now, we'll talk about safety. Do you remember how those old classics were basically moving death traps? No longer. Chevrolet has put more safety technology into the new Bel Air than into a space shuttle. We're talking about adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, and lane keeping assist. It's like having a co-pilot who's there for you all the time and never gets tired. That being said, this is where things really start to get interesting. All of this modern technology has been successfully added by Chevy into an interior that still has a classic feel. What does the dash look like? It's the perfect mix of modern convenience and retro cool. At this point, it looks like they've found a way to make the 1950s and 2020s get pregnant, and it worked. Yes, but how does it stack up against its rivals, you may ask? Okay, let's take it apart. The Bel Air has more space and more comfort inside than the Ford Mustang and the Dodge Charger. It has more space for your head and legs, and the trunk is so big that it can fit a whole country. In addition, I will not talk about the practical aspects. A trunk that's big enough to hold all of your weekend getaway gear with lots of storage spaces and smart cup holders. It seems like Chevy looked at all the problems with modern cars and said, no, we can make them better. What's the real surprise though? the climate control system that has more than one zone. There will be no more arguments with your passengers about the temperature. To each person is given their own personal oasis of peace. This is like having your own personal weather system in your car. The price tag. Is the new Bel Air worth it? Okay, let's talk about numbers. The base model of the Chevrolet Bel Air costs $30,000. The amount of money is not very small, but it's also not very big either. You can also pay about $40,000 more to get the Premier trim. That's a substantial amount of money for a nostalgic experience, you may be thinking right now. That being said, this is where things start to get interesting. Compare this to other mid-sized sedans that are on the market right now. You're looking at similar prices for cars that, let's be honest, don't stand out as much as the Bel Air. Even if they have all the newest technology, can they still hold people's attention like a 50s icon? There isn't any chance. But Chevrolet isn't just selling these beautiful cars because people love old cars. They're taking a long-term strategic approach. The expected resale value of the 2025 Bel Air is getting more attention than the car itself. After 3 years, 60% of people are still with the company. That's more than what most mid-sized sedans get. There's an air of efficiency about Chevy that makes your money work better. Now, we'll break this down. People who buy this car do so because it looks great, runs like a modern miracle, and holds its value better than most. It's like Chevrolet took all the things we like about old cars and put them together with the things we need in a modern car, and the result is a car that works. The real surprise though is that Chevrolet isn't just selling a car, they're also selling an experience. Think about the situation. You're driving down the street in a car that looks like it came from a movie set, but it has all the features and technology of a model from 2025. That's not just a way to get around, it's a conversation starter on wheels. Plus, don't forget about the 3 trims, Base, Sport and Premier. There are other options available by Chevrolet. Anyone can find a Bel Air that fits their needs, from dreamers on a budget to high rollers who want all the bells and whistles. It's like they're saying, hey, the American dream comes in different shapes and sizes. Pick the flavour you like best. Price or features are not the only things that make them compete. Their goal is to create a whole new category. It's more than just a mid-size sedan. The car is more than just a classic. The verdict, a new classic or just nostalgia? Now we know how the Bel Air looks, how it works, and how it has modern technology, but does it really compare to sedans today? Chevy is really taking a chance by doing this. They're betting that people who want to buy a car don't just want a plain 4-door. What's up? The Bel Air looks great and has tech that will make your phone miss out, but it's up against some very strong opponents. The Mustang, Charger and Camry aren't easy to beat. It's also not cheap, $30,000 to begin with. Chevy doesn't just sell cars, they sell an experience. This is your chance to get noticed and remember a better time without giving up modern comforts. So what do you think? Is it the cheap dream car we've been waiting for, or is it just a pricey trip down memory lane? Well, you should decide that. What do you think of the new Bel Air?